If you could think of one piece of advice or one thing that people just don't know, like, hey, this is something that's simple, something that's easy for people to do, to incorporate it as healing. What is that something that pops out to you? It's something that you can share with people who are trying to live holistically or trying to live as healthy as possible. Any kind of nuggets that you've picked up along the way that you could share with us?
Yeah, the biggest one is breathing, like focusing on the breath and not just in quote unquote meditation, but even before you become reactionary to a situation. Because I feel like a lot of times we give power to a situation without tapping into our inner power. And the breath is the most powerful thing besides your heartbeat that you have. You know, you can live days without water, but you can't live too long without air. So focusing on the breath and utilizing the breath to, just still yourself. Like, I love that meditation moment, just taking the time to take a few breaths, deep breaths. It doesn't have to be anything labor intensive. You don't have to sit in, cross-legged and doing a mudra. You could just literally sit at the light and take a couple breaths before you pull off, or like I do in the morning. The first thing is take a few deep breaths before you start your day, just to give thanks and connect into being present at this moment because somebody wasn't afforded the same opportunity. Tapping into the breath and utilizing the breath throughout your day. Like I said, it doesn't have to be long or just one. Even if you start with one, because I think people get intimidated when they think of rituals and practices and thinking like, oh, I don't have time, or it's going to take too long, or it's going to take all these steps. And you can start by just doing one and then working your way up and say, okay, this week at 2:00 I'm gonna take a deep breath for 7 days, and then next week you could say, next week at 2:00 I'm gonna take 2 breaths, and then work your way up to a 30-minute or hour practice. So it doesn't have to be a task. It's just something that you can literally insert into your life, and you'd be surprised how powerful it would change things, not only just your mental space, your spiritual space, but also your physical body as well.
I think you said something really valuable, to not be reactionary. I know that's a hard thing for me. Oh, goodness gracious. I jump quick and trying to react to the thing in the moment. So not being reactionary. You're right. The breathing can just stop before I say the first thing I'm thinking. Let me just stop and assess how important is it. What's happening? What needs to happen here? Do I need to hop back and say something? Just give yourself time to think through. Be thoughtful in your communication.
Yeah.